Pull up to that microphone. It's Gavin
Okay.
Rossdale from Bush here in the WFNX studios with me, Adam 12. Welcome. It's
Hi,
funny, we
Adam.
were just quipping about looking better in the dark, and this is hysterical to me. When word got out that you were stopping by today, pretty much all of the females, whether they were here in the building or online, when you just put on Facebook and Twitter, hey, Gavin Rossdale's stopping by. Oh, is he bringing Gwen with him? Women seem to have as much of, if not more of a crush on your wife than they do on you.
Like me.
I think exactly like
I feel the same way.
It's amazing to me that you might be the power couple, because I think if you polled the world, that every woman in the world would either find one or both of you attractive.
Right. Well, thank you. That's very complimentary. But she's like, girls love her because she's like girl power. You know what I mean?
That is obviously
she's
that's
a powerful, strong girl. Right?
Yes,
that's the universal feeling.
And also in a time where not every female performer is a great role model for young girls, she is.
Right. Yeah, she is.
You know, she's a mother, a good mother, and a good wife, and puts forth a pretty decent image when that's not the case for everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't have time for your image though these days, Gavin. You're working your ass off. You got Bush back together finally. We're actually it's great to think that the last time that you and I chatted was years ago, and there was no such thing as Twitter. And now it's like I don't even have to ask you about how things have been in the studio, because I get to see updates on the regular because you're on Twitter telling us, oh, we're recording and we're doing this and we're writing. And we're doing that.
It's funny now. You have to be accountable to some extent.
Yeah.
You know,
and watch what you say, because it's like 4 in the morning and you've been recording for 12 hours straight, and you're feeling a little loopy punchy, and you're posting these pictures, and maybe they're not the best pictures. Not you personally.
No, for sure.
But,
no, I get it. And you gotta, sometimes as well, you shoot from the hip, and you say stuff like with your friends, and that becomes what you say on Twitter. So you have to be careful, because it's way funnier to be cutting and edgy and derogatory about things and people. So we have to be careful about that.
Exactly.
Keep it sweet.
Speaking of that, not always the case. I'll thank our morning guy Fletcher for wising us up to. There's someone who blogs as Suri Cruz, of course, who is Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise's daughter, and she pretending to be Suri Cruz.
I was confused because I just was in Syracuse. So I'm like, wow.
Syracuse.
No, I wasn't trying to make a joke. I was like, wow, okay.
It's a good thing that I specified then. But the whole shtick of the blog is she critiques other children of quote unquote famous folks, and had quite a bit to say about Kingston's mohawk and socks and.
How did that? I mean, imagine how that was. I took him. He wanted to go to the barber shop, and I was shocked when, like, a friend of ours who does, like, he's total, like, gangster from Long Beach who cuts hair. Right. And he's, like, tatted up. And I went into one room and came back, and it was like a mohawk, but, like, right down to the beard, like, all the hair. We
call that a 00.
I was taken aback by that. I was like, ooh, I didn't want to see his
thought you were gonna
flesh like that. I wanted, like, number one,
it's
number
all pinked
two,
up. Yeah, exactly.
Sweet, Yeah. He's like, no, that's the way we roll. And I was like, it's pretty harsh.
What did Kingston think about that?
He loved it. He wanted the whole thing shaved off, though. He wanted that was his like compromise, was to have blue. And I was like, blue? But now it's a bit grown out, and it's like, so he just looks pretty cool. People love it. So I don't know.
Well, I thought it was interesting that someone would take issue with the way a 5-year-old is.
Steve Albini has a food blog. Under the name of, and much funnier than Suri Cruz, because that's kind of slightly weird, because an adult using the kid's name.
Sure, and picking on 5-year-olds.
Slightly, just slightly. I hope you like my record. If you like my record, it's not that weird.
They can write whatever the hell they
want.
want.
My band, right, what you like.
Right, exactly.
But no, Steve Albini writes a food blog called Mario Batali Voice, and it's all about the food that he cooks for his wife. Funny. And it's brilliant. I mean, you should check it out.
Well, anything Steve Albini does is brilliant. Let's face it.
He's a one.
He is a one. That's a good way to put it, actually. Gavin Rossdale.
He may even be a 1.5.
No, he's a one. Straight up one.
He's a
straight up one. Not like a 1A or a 1B, just like a straight up one. Yeah. But you just came off some dates in New York.
Yeah.
Do you still bring the kids on tour with you?
Oh, I have Kingston with me. Yeah, he comes with me, and sometimes Steve Albini comes with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Very good. Why the hell not?
Why not?
Yeah, he's not doing anything.
He is the busiest guy in rock. Always busy.
Yeah, he always has to keep himself busy. Yes. You've been busy though too. I mean, writing and recording the record. It comes out September 13th. the Sea of Memories. We have The Sound of Winter on WFNX. Obviously, you're very proud of the work. You worked for many years to get the band back together and to write these songs, so it must feel satisfying to be playing them out now.
Yeah, it feels really good to be out and playing and for people not to be puking and people to be enjoying it. You know, like, you never know how it's going to go, and I think that being English, we always underplay, you know, very, very... you know, you have a very, very low expectation so that everything is a bonus. That's how we roll.
Well, and this is, I've given you this compliment in the past too, but you do a good job of being mindful of the fact that you've been a band for a long time and that people have been fans for a long time. And even when you toured solo, when you toured as Institute, you'd play Bush songs because, you know, that's what people are coming to see. You mix it up with the new material and the old material.
I mean, I always judge it like set lists when I'm playing shows as to how I like it now. I don't want to go and see. I always get bonus albums. I don't buy singles. I as a point of, you know, out of principle, I always buy albums and then deluxe versions.
Yes.
I want to hear what people are up to, and I just love the way of that. Whilst you can play all interesting stuff, that you also play the stuff that people know, because, you know, you have to have like a foot in from where you come from. The mistake I've made over the years, to be honest, is like when I first began, is sometimes trying to think and like try and do stuff to appease the people that, the critics or people that may not like me, and, you know, I'm so needy that I want to kind of get them as well, but actually there's a much larger group of people that go, no, we dig what you do, just keep doing what you do. So following that, and so that's what I've tried to do. I was thinking about that, being in here makes me think of, I was listening yesterday, that Liars, Sister World, they have a great a deluxe version of tons of remixes of all their songs from other bands. You know, the guy from you know, Trudy Dempe, is that how to say his name? You know?
From what, from TV on the radio?
Yeah. Tom York's done one. Really good. Do you like that band? You play?
I do. I like Liars a lot.
They're a great band.
You're talking about the one from Brooklyn, right? The band from because we had a Boston band called Liars back in the day. But I know the one that you're speaking of, Southern Liars, with Angus, the big tall fella from the band.
And all those weird videos, crazy videos. The one on the boat when he's like stuck out. I mean, they're a fantastic band.
Talented band.
Brilliant band.
Yeah. And you're of many talents as well, too, Gavin Rossdale of Bush on FNX. I'd read, and I'm a huge fan of this show, A Burn Notice. You're going to be on this season of Burn Notice.
Yeah, I done one. I shot one, and it seems that it's one of the few acting gigs I've ever got where I'm not killed.
It's
obviously stepping up the ladder.
Right.
Still a bad guy. I play an arms dealer, which I was totally down with.
Very good.
And I just had a good time. I was in Miami. I was there for a few days, and I think that if I didn't screw up, I might even get its recurring role.
Well, I hope so. I'm a huge fan of that show. I think the cast is great.
She's great, that girl.
Gabrielle Anwar?
Yeah, I just did
Fantastic.
it with her. She's a really great, and she's what you call a generous actress.
I'll bet.
You know what I mean?
She seems
in the nicest way.
Yes, absolutely.
Totally, And I had the chance to meet her boyfriend on the first day we worked.
Right.
Sharif, he came along just to kind of set the tone, which was perfect.
Very good.
He's sort of built.
Yeah.
So, I totally got the message. And, no, she's a really good person to work with, because sometimes you can work with actors who are more concerned about themselves.
Right.
And it's all about, they'll say a line and they'll say, no, hold on. And they'll repeat the line a few times or something weird like that, it's all about them, and it's really hard to get in the flow.
Right.
But she was really in the moment, and it was really fun. And they shoot so quick. So what I mean is that normally, like on a movie, you might do like 8 takes or something. So in a way, a movie is like a rehearsal, series of rehearsals, and then they just pick the best of the rehearsals and they edit together. This is like, boom, boom, shoot, action, good. Now the camera setup. Okay, what, are you good with that? Yeah, I'm cool with that. You're cool with that? Yeah, fine, move on. And
TV, move it along.
Fast.
Right, because we got to churn out one of these. We got to put one a week on here.
They do an hour in 7 days. Wow. Which is, that's a lot. I mean, if you think a movie is like probably average of 60, 70 days, 60 days, to do 2 hours, that's 1 hour in 7 days. I mean, obviously indie movies, but I've done Constantine was a big budget. Like I've done $100 million movie, $1 million movie.
Right.
So I've done both sides, where indie movies, you're like fast and moving, like you shoot a movie very quick. So it's not obviously true with indies, but those big kind of studio pictures, they take a long time.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the episode. It'll be a blast, and I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the album when it comes out this fall as well.
We're very proud of it. It's got a good balance of stuff, as I said before, about the people that like Bush won't feel betrayed by it, but yet we clearly have to show that we've moved on a bit and then gotten more articulate in the studio and more articulate with our ideas and stuff like that. So I think we may have found the balance.
Very good. Well, and
More for
hopefully
you to say than me, but I think that you might enjoy it.
I will let you know via Twitter.
Yeah, let me
My
know.
scathing review will come on September 14th.
Syracuse or Syracuse.
Syracuse
Let me know, you know.
and Syracuse.
Kingston's dad sucks.
Very good. No, Kingston's dad rules.
Yeah, thank you.
Gavin
Well, you know
Rossdale
what I mean.
from Bush.
There goes the English. You know, just play it low and see what happens.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to speak to you.
Thanks, Adam.